feel like it's dark over there. All right. Hello.
Good evening.
Welcome to Testimony Tuesday. We are excited
Yes, we are.
about Testimony Tuesday on today. We know that people are coming on, and as they are coming on, we ask that you go ahead and like, tag, and share.
Yep.
And I really cannot see who is joining us on today, so I'm going to jump on my phone to see if I am able to see who is with us on today.
Yeah. Like, tag, and share. Do it quickly. Hope everyone has had a great day, great week so far.
All right. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Madison. Hello, Tasha. Hey, Miss Sheila. Hey, Miss Ann. Thank you for watching. Hey, Miss Hazel. Thank you all for watching and joining us on today. We are super excited. So on today, as we do Testimony Tuesday, every week when we do Testimony Tuesday, it is always to glorify God. It is always to show the goodness of the Lord. And we often say that we read the Bible and we see what the Lord has done in past times, but that same God is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. And he's still doing those same things on today.
Absolutely.
And so Testimony Tuesday is just to give you tangible people now that the Lord is working through, that he is using, that he has healed, delivered, set free, just made a way out of what seemed to be no way, open doors, because that's the kind of God we serve. And we base our scripture for Testimony Tuesday off of Revelations 12, beginning at verse 10. And it says, "And I heard a loud voice in heaven, saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto death." And we know that there is power in the testimony. And so there is overcoming power in the testimony. So we are super excited. And so when we spoke last, I told you that the testimonies, we've heard many testimonies of how the Lord has healed and done miraculous things for people. And today we have just another spin on the goodness of the Lord. And we have the Mitchell family empire with us on today. We are super, super excited to have parents Thomas and Vanessa with us, Mitchell with us on today. And it is Minister Vanessa, and Thomas ministers in dance as well. So they are both working in the kingdom. And then we have Vivi with us on today, superstar herself.
Yes.
And her beautiful sister Danielle, who is beauty and brains. So we are super excited to have the Mitchells with us on today. Welcome.
Thank you.
We are so happy. We are so happy to have you. So I must say that I have been watching Vivi's videos, and I mean, I'm just tickled all the time when I'm watching the videos. And I just showed my husband one of the videos where she did with, I think it's Kerwin, I think is his name. He's a comedian, but she kind of, did when the boss was asking, is this you answering the phone? And I mean, I was just so tickled.
Man, I think one of my favorites with the eyes.
Oh, yeah. So you had the chance to be right there on stage with the Isleys. Amazing.
Wow.
And so tonight we want to just kind of talk to you all about how this got started. Where did it begin? Where does this rambunctious little girl come from? And the brains behind Danny. I'm calling you Danny. I don't know if you call you Danny or not, but because she has her own tutoring services and things like that. And so it's just amazing. So I want to start with the parents. So you all tell us, because I know, Thomas, you dance. And so how did this start? You minister, you dance in ministry as well. How did this all begin?
Um, if I had to say how it actually all started, I would say when me and Thomas were kids ourselves.
Okay.
I mean, prior to even meeting each other, we used to act and we danced, and that's how we met. In high school / college,
Okay.
through dance, and God just began to just do a work in us. With me building the dance ministry and my dance academy, and then our kids were really young at that time, and then they just kind of grabbed hold to what we were doing as far as the business side of it and the art side of it, and it just God just began to really move and open up some doors.
Mm-hmm. So you talked about your dance ministry, your dance academy. Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh wow, I could say so much about our Dance Praise Academy. I started it in 2014. God gave me a vision to start a dance academy for the girls in the community. Not that it wasn't anything positive going on in the community for the young girls, but it wasn't a whole lot. And so God laid it on my heart. He gave me a vision. He gave me this dream. I mean, from down to the colors that we use to the songs that we dance to, God has given all that to me. And God just told me, this is what I want you to do. So while I was in corporate America and I was working really hard using my degree, God was just tugging on me and pulling on me. And in 2017, I picked up my keys and walked into my academy that we are located now on Dorsey Avenue here in Vance County.
Wow.
And it's just been a blessing. I started off with my 2 daughters and my goddaughter. And before I knew it, I had reached 250 kids from here to
Wow.
Raleigh, Orange County. I mean, it's been amazing.
Wow. Well, I have seen you all minister, and it is just, it's God.
Yes.
It is God. I don't even know another way to say it. It is so God. It is so God. What a blessing. So Thomas, so you're a dancer. You minister and dance. Now, are you teaching as well?
I'm more on the I would say mentorship side.
Okay.
So some of the kids that come to dance, I Dance Praise Academy, like a lot of other kids, they missing fathers, struggling with that the mental and the knowledge of a father. So I kind of mentor them, try to direct them in the right path that they should go, according to the word of God. Of
Yes.
So yeah, it's funny because it was never my vision to do that. I always had a passion for dancing, and like you said, that's what brought us even closer because we used to dance together. We still do dance together. But I love kids, she loved kids, and we both have like very soft spots for these children. So when they come in and they got issues and parents don't understand because some parents ain't taking time out to interact with their children, to understand their children, is more of just like do what I say and now I got to go to work and type thing like that.
Right.
Once you start realizing that these children are struggling mentally and they don't have nobody there to guide them because they missing the link between God and themselves as kids. The parents supposed to have a link. So you see them struggling, you just want to help them, and that's what I feel like God had placed us there for, not just for to teach them dance, because she has a curriculum that she goes by, and I'm pretty sure she'll get into that. So that's teaching them, and then teaching them how to interact and communicate properly, with other people and things like that.
Oh, that is amazing. So it's not just about dance. It's not just dancing, but you're building something.
Yeah.
And I love what you said as far as being able to mentor the kids, because I said it before, I teach first grade, and I see so many children that have an absent parent and they just need it so much. Or, you have parents who may be single parents. They're doing the best they can because they're trying to raise the kids, but there are so many other things pulling at them, or they don't have the time. They have to go to work and all of those things. So what a blessing to have you in that place. That is a blessing. And it is so needed. So needed. That is so wonderful. So he talked about the curriculum. Tell us a little bit about the curriculum.
So the curriculum, God gave me this, y'all. And
Wow.
to a lot of people, when I was first like getting it together and I was hearing God, I was like, is people really gonna understand what I am saying, like what I'm trying to do? But he literally gave it to me as like a martial arts setup.
Okay.
So the girls rank from white belt all the way to black pink belt because pink is our color.
Yes.
And so every year they level up. And so they have a written test they have to take every year. And I grade them throughout the entire years on their presentation while they're dancing in the studio when we're rehearsing. I'm watching behavior. We pay attention to their the way they carry themselves online and different things like that. And so the whole grade setup is it pertains to 4 different things, and so all that combines, they get their score at the end of the year, and they find out during the ceremony what belt level they received, what dance name they received, and what other certificates. And they actually can graduate out of the program, and they graduate with their pink cap and gowns. They're still a part of the program, but they have reached the highest level.
Right.
And each color represents a growth in the biblical aspect of dance. And so the whole curriculum is set up from Genesis to Revelations, and it's and things that are taken out basically as it pertains to ministry is coincide with the dance.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. And so before we jump into Vivi, I want to talk to Danny a little bit about your tutoring. So it's Danny's tutoring. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so I teach all kids from 2nd grade to 7th grade, math, reading, science, and social studies. And as my mom has her own curriculum with dance, I have mine with teaching kids.
Okay.
So, for example, like my 3rd grade class, my theme for it is Netflix theme. So when I'm teaching them, when they're looking at the screen, because you know how teachers have like little PowerPoints,
right?
Mine looks like Netflix. So It looks like they're watching a Netflix show, but they're actually learning at the same time.
Love it.
It just makes it interesting. So
absolutely.
Because I want to be entertained personally when I'm teaching. So it's just like make it interesting. So then like they can be like, oh yeah, I remember my video said that and I got to dance to it.
Yes.
So it just helps them. So when they actually get to the final test, when they get to school, they can pass.
Wow. That is amazing. So you have to be doing very well in school yourself.
Yes, I am. I'm taking 4 or 5 college classes right now.
Wow.
And 1 high school class. But right now, I don't have any college classes for this week. So I don't go to school until about 1:30 in the afternoon.
Wow.
While everybody else is in school.
Yes.
So I'm just sitting at home, my parents getting on their nerves. So, I'm just relaxing while everybody else at school. And then I'll get to school at 1:30. Everybody be like, where you was at? And I'll be like, well, see, I ain't got no class, but you do. So
right. I love it. That is so amazing. So amazing. Vivi, 12 years old. Superstar, just viral everywhere I look. I think the other day, one video had over 100,000 likes, not views, likes. And I just said, wow, but you are amazing. And so I've seen posts where people are everyone's calling for you. Everyone wants to hear from Vivi. And so I saw you interviewed a few days ago on Channel 17. Is that correct? It's a beautiful interview. Beautiful, beautiful. I shared it with a couple of my friends in Charlotte because I want them to see you. But wonderful job. So tell us about yourself. Tell us what you do.
Well, I dance, praise dance, I model, I act, and I'm a stand-up comedian, but only with my characters on. And yeah, I love just to have fun, with the family. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. So who do you have? Who's that special guest that you have with you on tonight?
This is Vivi Jr.
Oh, Vivi Jr. Beautiful, beautiful. So Vivi, what is your favorite part? Like, what do you like to do the most? Do you like to dance the most? act or be a comedian? Which part is your favorite?
I think I like to praise dance the most because I get to dance for God, and our
Yes.
whole family is about loving God. So I know that like when I dance or like whatever I want at the time, like if I'm sad or if I'm happy, I can just show people that I feel the joy. I want them to
Yes,
feel
girl, I love it. Beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful. So what is his name, Mr. Eggnog?
Yeah.
Where did he come from?
Well, it's kind of a funny story because I was doing a video and it was a guy's voice. So I just wanted to put a big belly in, a mustache, and I just did it. And my dad was at the grocery store, and so I forgot that I had on a costume, so I took a little break. And he comes in the door, and I want to hug him, but I forgot that I had the costume.
Right.
He's like, "Who is this man in my house?" I don't know why it just came to my head. But I was like, my name is Mr. Eggnog, and I don't know why.
Wow. I love it. I love it. So does another character have another name?
Yes, we have two more characters, Grandma Roanne and Junior Mother Bethel, and we also have some more characters coming up. But we
Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. I'm
Very good.
super
Very good.
excited.
Very good.
Wonderful.
Well, you have a lot of fans, and we are two of your biggest.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. Man, I love the way that each one of you guys, the creativity that God has given you. I just love the way that you guys turn it around and like give it back to God. You turn it around and you bless the community. You bless Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, the uttermost parts of the world.
Yes.
And it's like the ultimate commission. You know what I'm saying? It's doing what God would want you to do.
Amen.
And it is so amazing.
And I love that, so many times you see so many things out here in the world and the positiveness, the clean, just good, clean fun. It is just so wonderful. It's so wonderful. So tell us, because the Mitchell Family Empire, just only what you can share as to what may be coming up, just only what you can. Because we know you have some things behind the scenes that are not ready to be
Y'all just
released
stay
yet.
tuned. Y'all just stay tuned.
Because they have some things coming up, absolutely. But where can we find BB next?
So I am with Varonica. Of course, that's how we came up with the Mitchell Family Empire, because
Okay.
all of us kind of have our hands in the background so that she can shine as the superstar.
Mm-hmm.
So with me, I'm always the one that's checking the email and responding to everyone. And I have a good friend that helps me out with the academy. She's my assistant, so she helps me with calls.
Gotcha.
Mr. Mitchell over there, he's the whole production team. So anytime you see a video where Vivi is changing characters, she most of the times come up with how the characters look. But as far as like the transitions and things like that, or the quality of the video, that's Mr. Mitchell. Then we were on the road and she's traveling, and like literally last week we were in North Carolina, and an hour later we were in Atlanta.
Wow.
And then like literally 2 days after that we were in South Carolina, because she was doing shows. And so Danielle tutored her on the road.
I love
And so
it.
the thing, and that's the reason why she can kind of do everything that she does. And so if you're going to be on the lookout for Varonica, you might want to keep your eyes glued to the TV.
All right.
She has a major talk show interview coming up. I can't specifically say with who, but it's somebody everybody loves and admires.
Yes.
And we just got, and I can say this, we just got a call from Will Smith's production company and BET.
What a blessing.
Oh,
Yes. That is so wonderful. That is so wonderful.
Exciting.
Right here out of Henderson.
Yeah.
There's a scripture that talks of this, can anything good come out of Nazareth or something like that.
Right.
And so it's just like Henderson, because you hear a lot of negative connotations when it comes to Henderson. But there are some amazing people in Henderson, with this family being one. It is so amazing what the Lord has done. And it is just a testament of how good God is when you trust him, because I'm sure it has not been easy along the way. And I'm sure doors just didn't open up automatically, but it was a process. And so, can you kind of speak to that? Because there are people out there that may be discouraged today because they have a dream, they have a desire for something, but they don't see how it's going to come to pass. And, it's been time that they've been doing this for so long, but they're just saying, like, when is my big break or something? They may be feeling discouraged. So, can you speak to that on today?
What I teach my children, what I teach the family, is that everything has to go through the will of God. So we don't really focus on dreams; we focus on purpose.
My God, that is powerful. Say it one more time.
We don't focus on the dream; we focus on the purpose.
Absolutely.
And because purpose is given, and the reason why I say that is because we live in a society today that teaches go about your own will. And if you can't identify your own will that's separated from God's will, then you create your own God.
Wow.
So we have never had to chase anything.
Right.
We didn't contact people. Every single step that we made in life has been ordered by God, and it feels like He laid it in our lap. Now,
Yes.
don't get it confused, because there's work that's done behind it.
Right.
We literally sit down. We work on like personal our flaws, the things that prevents us from connecting with other people. And sometimes you got to look at that shadow work. You got to see self. You got to see the mirror, the reflection. And because we live in the same house, we reflect each other the most. So she can see my flaws, and as parents, we got to be transparent enough to be able to allow your children to see your flaws.
Absolutely.
So they know it's okay to correct their flaws while you correct yours, because no one is perfect. You know
That's
what
right.
I mean? So if you're trying to be successful, first of all, line up with God.
That's number
That's
one.
number one. You can't do it without God. Your life is not your own. It belongs to God. So trying to create some and doing what the world say, follow your dreams, all of that stuff. If it's not part of God's plan,
Right.
it's not going to last and it's not going to prosper. So
That's good.
that's how you stay in the line with God.
That
that's
is
the way you
good.
go.
That is good. That is good.
I think there's some preaching.
You hear it, don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you hear it?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, indeed.
And so, and I look at Minister Veronica because Lord,
Vanessa.
yes, Vanessa.
It's with bees.
It's the bees. So, but I look at her and she's sitting so composed, today, kind of quiet and composed, and just telling her story as you should, in an interview. But I was at a play. I guess it's been maybe about 2 years ago, maybe. One of Connie Ragland's plays, and she got up,
Lord.
and that's all I can say.
She a pit bull.
She is.
That's what we call. That's her nickname. Because she you think she quiet because she's so small and cute, but let her get the fucking.
Absolutely, it's a whole nother person.
Okay.
A whole nother person. I absolutely love it. I love it, and I think what you said is so key, because people will, try to. The world does say follow your dreams, but it is so important that you seek the Lord for your purpose. Like, God, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to do in life? Because you can do things that you feel are your dream, but ultimately you'll find it unfulfilling if it's not your purpose. And so it is so important to know your purpose and to operate in your purpose, because that's where you're going to find the greatest joy.
The Bible declares that many are the plans of a man's heart. That he knows the purpose of God that's going to prevail.
Yes,
So
that's
if you
good.
follow Purpose. I mean, it's like you just can't go wrong.
You can't go
You
wrong.
can't go wrong. God will meet you there every time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I agree.
Your family is a testament of doing it God's way and the success that comes with doing it God's way and being a vessel of honor that He can use. And I think it was so good that you talked about being transparent and, working on yourselves and, trying to be your best self. I think those things are really, really good, and allowing your children, as you said, to see those parts but yet to work on them so that they'll understand that there's nobody perfect but him, and so being able to work on yourself is just so, it's powerful, and it's a daily process. And so I think that is absolutely amazing. I love it all. Vivi, I am so excited to see what is next.
Yes.
It amazes me that you have your own personal tutor that goes with you and can help you along the way. That is such a blessing. I see nothing but greatness here, and I am excited. People can look and think that they know what the next is going to be, but I believe that eyes haven't seen, nor ears heard, nor has it entered in the heart of
There
man
you go.
what God has in store for this family. So I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited, and I'm so honored we are so honored
Yes.
to be able to interview you all on this great level, because this level is great, but I think greater is coming. And so I'm excited. So what would you say to someone out there who just needs some encouragement on today? Just, encourage the people on today.
Well, what I would say to anybody out there who, may be feeling lost, or, you seem to not be able to find your way, I urge you to make sure that your faith is towards God.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever take your face from being towards God, because as long as you have your mind focused on him, first of all, he's going to give you that perfect peace that you need to go through whatever you got to go through so you can get to wherever you got to get to. And so we as people, sometimes when we get discouraged, we take our eyes off of him because we get weary.
Right.
We're human, we
Right.
get weary.
Yes.
But I declare right now that whoever that person may be, whoever you are out there that may be feeling hopeless and feeling lost, or you're looking at somebody else's life and you're asking God, why not me, or why me? I want you to take your focus off of other people and put your focus on God.
Mm-hmm.
Because God has the power to do exceedingly above anything that you can ask or think. And so that's what I would encourage the people out there. Whatever your purpose is, focus on your purpose. Allow God to do the work that he wants to do in you.
Absolutely.
God has to do it. You can't do it by yourself. You
Mhm.
can't do it alone. You got to keep your hand in the master's hand.
Absolutely.
So I want each one of you guys to address that before we go. Like Donnie and Danny, I'm sorry, and VB, as like, okay, so you guys are already in school. So school is about to start back for public school. So what could each one of you say to encourage somebody to have a productive and a prosperous school year? What could each one of you say to encourage them?
Well, of course, me being the tutor, just study a lot, and also like me personally, I have like a planner. I plan out everything.
That's
Like
good.
I am very, very organized. My closet is like color coordinated. My shoes are color coordinated. Like everything in my room, I keep it in either by color, by letter. Just make sure stuff is like organized so you can know when stuff is due. Like if you have an assignment that's due Friday, you have one that's due Thursday. Make sure you write that down so you also won't forget.
Mhm.
And
That's good.
all it takes is just you asking your parents or somebody that's around you for help. Because I didn't used to do that a lot. I didn't used to ask for help like at all. I just used to sit and try to do it myself. But once I started asking my parents for help, it just became so easier because it's just like, this is how you should do it. And I was doing it wrong the whole time. So it's just like, just ask for help, because it's not hard to ask for help because all they're going to do is say, okay, I got you. Let me help you. Let me show you how to do this. And then
That's good.
Wow, that is so good. And you just actually help some adults as well,
Mhm.
whether you know it or not. You just did.
All right,
Yeah, so Vivi, with over 400,000 followers, what could you say to encourage someone of your age as they enter back into the schoolhouse for this year?
I would just say, like, keep going, like, whatever you're trying to work on, as they have said, it's not that hard to ask, you gotta ask, and, cause, yeah, me too, I didn't really I wanted to ask questions, but I never did ask questions, which will always have me to go a little lower, but when I recognize that my mom and dad, we just ask your teacher for help. She's there, she's a teacher for a reason, so
That's
when
good.
I ask her, then she'll help me. But I would just say keep going and don't let anybody around you try to, discourage you basically, and try like to hang around the right people in the right crowd.
Oh, that's good.
So you won't have to hang around the wrong friends, and they'll have you feel as well. But you want to hang around the right people. Also, you want to be a good friend as well. So if you see somebody doing wrong, you can tell them the right thing to do, and they'll be going to the next grade with you.
I love that. Wonderful. That is so good. I just wanted to say it's really good.
Oh, it's on me.
It's on you.
Oh, Jesus. If I had to give any advice, wow, they done said so much.
They have.
Absolutely.
I would say be mindful of your influence. Because influence is like fruits. Like you don't see the harvest of it instantly. It grows. So what you hear, what you see, is all influence. Be careful of it because your thoughts don't come from just thin air. It's a process. So the more you listen to positive things, the more you involved in positive things, the more positive things you'll do. The more you're involved in negative things, same way. So continue to surround yourself with positive people, positive mindsets, and stay away from negativity because it's a disease.
I
It's a
love
disease to
that.
the mind.
That is good. That is good. That is so much
You see
wisdom.
what they got to deal with. Look, it sounds good on podcast, but listen, these three right here, they be like, no, I'm playing, but they'll here you go, he about to start talking. But I got an old soul.
And I've been working on something completely different. He got a revelation.
I love it. I love it. It is so good. Such wisdom. And I think everything that you all have said is much needed. People need to hear that. And being around good people is a must. It is a must. And it's a must. That's all I can say. Check your circles. Check your circles. I heard someone say one time, people are like elevators. They'll either take you up or they'll bring you down. And so you have to be careful who is in your circle and who is around you. So very powerful.
Yeah, and I read something the other day that said, show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
And it's true. It is true. It is true. So I am super excited. So we want to know, there are some people who may need your assistance, Danny. How can they find you?
Well, I am on Facebook at Danny's Tutor Arts and Things, and I also have my Instagram where I do like my paintings and I model and stuff like that. And that's Model Danny.
I love it. I love it. Vivi,
Yes.
how can they find you?
You can find me sitting on the couch. I'm just kidding, but you can find me at the BB Show on all social media platforms except TikTok, because if you see a TikTok account that says the BB Show with my face on it, it's not me.
Wow.
It's the Mitchell Family Empire is our TikTok account.
I love it. I love it. Now, Thomas, do you do this outside of just the family, or you only are working for the family with this now?
Right now, I'm super focused on Mitchell Family Empire.
Yes.
But I do photography, videography, and if you see me in the street and we talk, that's mentorship for me. So,
Gotcha.
yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. So you're a photographer. Where can they find you if they need your help?
You can find me on the VB show.
All right.
You can find me on King Mitchell Services on Facebook. Just send me a message. I got you.
I love it. Danny, how do you spell your name?
DANNI.
DANNI. Someone just sent me a message to find out how you spell your name. Wonderful. Preacher, Vanessa, preacher girl. How can they find you?
You can find me on social media, Vanessa Preacher Girl Mitchell on Instagram and Facebook. Or you can shoot me an email, and it's preachergirl@idancepraiseacademy.com.
Wonderful. And so are you accepting girls now, or are you maxed out for the year?
We have a wait list right now. So
What a blessing.
welcome to call and be added to the wait list. We don't actually start enrollment until September,
Okay.
and then those students will can start in November, and they'll be invited to our first benefit concert, and they'll get to see how we work, and then they'll start dancing the following.
So when is your benefit concert?
November of every year.
Okay, wonderful. Where are you having it this year?
This year it's going to be at what's the youth church, y'all, on number 1.
The Church on Fire.
Church
Is
on
it
Fire.
Freedom Life?
Freedom Life.
Okay. Wonderful. What a blessing. And so there are so many people who are tuning in, who are saying hello. Hello, Facetious. Hello, Pastor Pugh. Hey, Miss Emma. Hey, Miss Brenda. Brenda said, that's good, BB, when you were talking a little bit ago. That's awesome. So you all have to go back and read the comments because so many people have commented. Hey, Miss Sharon. Hey, Miss Betty. I absolutely love you. Hey, Miss Doretha Zerm. Hey, Davion. I haven't seen you in forever. Hey, Jalen. There are so many. Hello, Annette. Hey, Miss Netta. Hey, Gwen. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Angie. Hey, Dana. Hey, Pastor Janice, Overseer Ward. But there are so many, I can't name everybody because I will mess up and forget someone, and I hate to start doing that, but those were the last that I saw. And so on the page, I think my sister has linked in to where people can find you all. So please go and follow them. If you're not following them on social media, please go ahead and follow them. And as she said, look for Vivi coming to a TV screen near you. I'm super excited about it. God bless you all. Your testimony is such a blessing of what God can do when you trust him and put him first, and when you're walking in divine purpose.
Yes.
Walking in divine purpose. And so to God be the glory. We thank you for joining us on today. Thank you,
for
Vivi.
having us.
Yes, thank you, Vivi. You are so sweet.
Thank you.
Vivi, what grade are you in this year?
I am in 7th.
You and Jesus.
Wow.
Getting old.
Wow. You are getting old. When you go to school tomorrow, you tell Ms. Robertson that I said I love her.
Oh, yes,
I absolutely love her. Tell her I love her so much.
I definitely.
So, again, thank you all for joining. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you guys for your time.
Yes.
Thank
Join us again next week. I believe we have Miss Lunday Watkins with us on next week. Super excited to have her share her testimony. Please go ahead and share this video with someone. Tell them to listen to what God can do because he's still doing it. He's still working miracles and making ways. So to God be the glory. We thank you for joining us. Thank you all. Good night.
Deuces.